Have you ever wondered why we keep making the same mistakes in our relationship? Despite our best intentions, we often find ourselves repeating the same patterns over and over again. Hi, if it's your first time here, my name is Adi, and I'm a clinical psychologist, and I help women reframe their priorities so they can put themselves first and get the life that they want from themselves. If you're a woman, I invite you to join me and subscribe to my channel. Like this kind of video, and let's see how I can get you and help you to get the life that you want for yourself. So let's talk about our tendency to repeat mistakes, to repeat choices, even if they're not the best for us and we know it, something in it makes us feel good and we go back there. So the biggest question to ask, and it's something that we do in therapy all the time, is what are the things you're repeating and where have you seen them before? When you're in a relationship, ask yourself, what is the one thing that, or a few things that keep coming back, and is it something I've seen in my past? And here are a few reasons why we go back to these places. So we have a tendency to repeat what we learn as children. Our beliefs, our coping skills, our behavior patterns, these are all things that we learn in childhood, and they become deeply entrenched in us. It's something that we're learning while we're very vulnerable. Our brains are developing, and after years of using them and seeing them again and again, it's very hard to change them. So the kind of relationship that we see at home growing up kind of becomes the imprint or the prototype for what we're going to look for in our lives. So usually our parents obviously become that prototype. So whatever you've seen at home is going to affect it. For example, you've seen very perfect relationships. Your parents never fought, and for you it's going to be very terrifying to fight. So all relationships that's going to have fights in it, you're probably going to end it. Another type, for example, is abusive relationships. Either you become the abusive one, or maybe you look for abusive partners because that's what you've seen. You've seen that love becomes with abusive acts. So you're going to look for that in your relationships. The third cause is we repeat what's familiar. It's something very natural for our minds and our soul to go for. As dysfunctional as it's going to be, this is where we go to. This feels safe, this feels stable, so we keep coming back there. It's a human tendency. Another thing is we repeat what we usually unconsciously want to fix in an effort to kind of gain control over it. So if you felt rejected, unloved, powerless as a child, you're going to recreate it and recreate these experiences in your relationships. So in an unconscious effort, you may be able to change the outcome and to heal yourself. This is by gaining acceptance, love from someone that you feel is in control. Instead, obviously, we tend to choose partners and friends who treat us just as our parents or our surroundings did, and we continue to play our part as we always did, and we recreate the same outcome and nothing changes. The last thing is that maybe you believe you deserve to suffer. We see that traumatized children often being told that they're bad, that they deserve to be abused, so that's how they feel. And even if we aren't directly blamed, we internalize our family dynamics, and maybe it's shame or blame that we're thrown at us. Our self-esteem is rooted, and we believe we deserve this emotional abuse and pain, failed relationship, and shame in adulthood. You have to understand it's not rational. This is how we're built. Like you learn how to hold a fork. You learn from your parents what are the social skills or what is accepted, maybe what religious you should believe in. Any kind of tendency we have with relationships is the same. This is what we learned at home. And our experiences with our main caregivers usually shape the way we form relationships in adulthood. So what you experience as a child is imprinted and guides you over the years for future relationship. And I want to remind you, the thing is, we will repeat and keep repeating things until we stop understand them and try to repair them. And unfortunately, dysfunctional relationship patterns are learned and passed from one generation to another. We can see parents doing the mistakes and then their children doing the same thing. And we'll probably keep repeating them until we understand and heal the underlying trauma that causes us to feel unlovable and unworthy, and we want to start changing that. We repeat dysfunctional relationship dynamics because they're familiar, and this is basic in humans. Even when you know something is wrong or unhealthy, it's hard to change it. It's always easier to keep doing what you've always done than trying to do new and maybe learn new skills in that sense. This is especially true in stressful situations when your nervous system is overwhelmed, your emotions feel out of control, and your body is flooded with adrenaline. It's extremely challenging to behave in a different way. And this is partly due to neurobiology, but you have to understand that if we stop and get why we repeat these things, understand the underlying reason and why we do the mistakes that we do, this is the first step toward breaking the cycle. By recognizing our tendencies and reflecting on past experiences, we can make conscious choices to create healthier relationships. And you can start by seeking therapy or counseling, and it could be incredibly helpful in gaining self-awareness, learning new strategies, building new fulfilling relationships. But I'm also going to talk to you in the next video about how you can start on your own. The thing is, I want you to remember you have the power to break free from repeating relationship mistakes. So, as I said, next time we'll talk about how you can start making these crucial steps towards breaking the bad habits. And I want to thank you so much that you joined and watched today. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel if this type of videos interest you. If you're a woman, come join us on this journey where I talk and I give insights and advice on psychology, women, relationships, and much, much more. Share your experiences here in the comments below about what kind of bad habits you have in relationships. What did you keep coming back? It doesn't have to be like this big story. It could be the smallest things that you keep doing. Thank you so much.